wait, they legitimately had 40s for sale?
Only for my party.
Wow.
So basically, Angel was like, this is dope. This is a new idea.
He fronted it.
Yeah, fronted it and like sold them for $1 and got paid a G after paying everyone out. And I was like, damn, 19? Like, I think this is it, you know?
Welcome to another episode of Bold Entrepreneurs, where we talk to creators, CEOs, and founders all over a bowl of cereal. Now, today's guest is a San Francisco native. He has a long-spanning career as an artist for over 15 years. He is a music lover, an entrepreneur, a philanthropist, and now he's putting his time into his humanitarian organization, which is called Room Service International. None other than Julio G. Make some noise! But I'm not done, aka the Whooligan.
My G.
What's up, man?
How are you, bro?
Yeah,
Thanks for the intro. That was nice.
So, what cereal do you got today?
Just something about Cinnamon Toast Crunch, you know, it's just like when it hits, it just reminds me of my youth.
Okay, that's what we wanted to do.
And you know, at the end, it's like
You gotta drink the whole.
you got, you know, it's the whole flavor of it.
Now, what kind of milk do you got?
Oat milk. You know what I'm saying? We gotta keep it healthy. I'm not mad at regular milk.
Don't be, because that's what I got.
Yeah.
I run this, so you can't be mad at it. You can't be mad at it. But let's jump in.
Yo, cheers.
All right, I'll choose.
All right, let's do it.
Julio, where you from, man?
You know, I grew up humbly, like 3 bedrooms in the East Bay. My parents are Ecuadorian immigrants, so I'm first generation, and was there for pretty much the rest of my life, up until 10 years ago or so. SF bred, New York fed. Wow, you know what I mean?
Drop that. I want you to think about your childhood bedroom. Okay. Did you have posters on the wall?
At the time, like it was my bro's room, you know, so the room was much different, you know. We had like his R&B posters up, you know what I'm saying? Like he had like his Tevin Campbell, he had his like
for real?
Boyz II Men, like he had
Yeah, when they would like be in the street.
Tony Braxton. I mean,
Okay.
like R&B thug shit.
Yeah.
Jodeci. That was like
Yeah.
his vibe, you know, but
Okay.
like also like Biggie, like I mean my brother was like true to a T, like 90s hip hop R&B.
Got you.
We used to play tapes at night, and basically he would make me like memorize these tapes. Bobby Caldwell, Tupac.
Oh, yeah.
Like you're not going to sleep until you memorize these tapes, you know? So it's like he moved out, graduated high school, but I was like so into soccer, you know, that was like
Okay.
my thing. Like I grew up playing soccer. My dad was my coach for years and years. Like my brother was around. Like my room at that point was like a soccer shrine.
Okay.
Growing up in a Latin household, it's like soccer, salsa records, and red wine. You know, that's how I grew up. My father was like very heavily like my coach, essentially, you know, so it was like inescapable almost, you know, it's just like,
You're doing this.
I was doing it, you know, but
Yeah.
I became dope, you know, I became like in it, you know,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I was like, there's no other way. 14 years old, I left the States, left school early to go to Mexico City, to Guadalajara, and ended up making the Fuerza Básica, which is like the feeder team for Atlas.
Okay.
If I'm there 3 more years, like naturally, and I'm moving up in the system, like you're going pro at like 16, 17, like off top.
Oh, so you were lying about that.
Yeah,
right?
I was like really like in that world, but I wanted to go to school in the States, couldn't transfer credits, yada yada yada.
Yeah.
Maybe a little cold feet, and just came back to the States, you know, to finish up school and everything else.
So with everything, right? You got music, you got soccer. I want to fast forward to you kind of setting your mark in music, right? Talk about what Club 6 was.
First party at Club 6 was a party I called Can I Borrow $1? And basically I wanted to like sell $40s at the party.
Okay.
I might or might not have been still drinking 40s at the time, but none
Yo, the fact that you said you was drinking 40s?
Bro, I'm 19, like I don't know.
But that's such a West Coast thing.
It's such a West Coast thing,
Like,
bro. It's so West
Take
Coast.
a bag and just.
Shout out Angel. I had this.
Thank God for Angel.
Thank God for Angel. I went to Angel. I was like, Angel, like we gotta sell $40s at the bar. Like I think the cover was like $10-15, whatever. And
But they legitimately had 40s for sale?
only for my party.
Wow.
So basically, Angel was like, I like it. Like this is dope. This is a new idea.
He fronted it.
He fronted it. Yeah, fronted it and like sold them for $1 and got paid a G after paying everyone out, and I was like, damn, 19, like, I think this is it, you know?
Is that like where the Whooligan started being like, I'm gonna be on this like rogue type thing?
I think I just always realized from the jump, like, how important, like how synonymous like music and community were. I know there's this misconception of don't do business with friends. I don't know who came up with that shit, but like that was my vibe, you know? It's like, I want to become friends with the people that I do business with, because then I know I could trust them. And once the business shit is out of the way, we're building on friendship, like, we're gonna take care of each other. You're not booking a party with yourself, you know, you're booking, you know, it's like,
Yo, it's me.
yo, it's like, I'm the host, I'm the DJ, I'm bartending, I'm security,
And I'm the guest.
and it's party of one, you know? But like, yeah, it's like, so you have to take that into account. It's like, you're doing business with people, you know? So the sensitivity that you have to like, who you do business with, you know? And like, but also being like really confident and knowing that like, yo, we're about to sell this bitch out.
What does the word community mean to you?
You know, I mean, the word in itself is in it, right? Unity, you know? It's like, you know, coming together for a greater purpose, you know, than yourself. We're all so interconnected more than we think, you know? And like, I practice Buddhism and that's my study. And it's like, and I do truly believe like the frequencies that you put out are the frequencies that you get. And it's, everything is such a ripple effect, you know? So it's like, it's definitely like, that is community. This is our community, you know, like we're working together for a greater good. And
is that what kind of like the ethos that you use to create RSI?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Give a good clear explanation of what Room Service International is.
Room Service International is a social impact group that throws dope dance parties. Period. Like, got it. You know what I'm saying? We do community service work, and we have community service initiatives all over the world. One of our initiatives, and we did a campaign in Asunción, Paraguay, organized this amazing event that happened last Friday. We had about, within the night, close to 1,000 people in and out of the event. It was ticketed, there's sushi, there's food, photography, we have content. So we're actually mobilizing and like getting all the local creators involved as well. And then, you know, the money that we raise from that, we basically work with this local organization called Techo para mi país. And Techo essentially has been creating housing opportunities for the underserved communities in Paraguay. And like, they've mobilized like over 100,000 volunteers and like, and the youth, the elderly, to literally like build these homes for people who are displaced. That's why I started Room Service, because I'm like, I can't continue traveling to these places that have provided so much for my career and not give back to these communities. I just don't feel right going to Bangkok for the 10th time, getting a bag, and just going to the hotel, just going to the restaurant, going to the venue, and then going home. I just don't feel, this is like, it's not serving like my soul no more, you know?
So you're doing all of this, you're, you know, and now let's go to like 2020, 2022. You're a label manager for Paradise. You're a music director for the Vinyl Bar in Brooklyn. And then there's also Google Room, which is Japanese fusion restaurant. It's like, how are you able to juggle all of this?
There's just something, this visceral and like a gut feeling for me, you know, where I'm like, I know I could handle it, you know? And I'll never put myself in a position, or other people in a position where like, I don't feel like we could succeed, you know? And I think like the support that I have from everyone around me, it means the world to me, because like, I'm not afraid to ask for help, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not like, what, and like coming up, I thought I was fucking He-Man, you know what I'm saying? Like coming up, I was like, I could do all this shit myself. And you learn quick that you just cannot, you know?
So since you bring that up, at one point you thought you were He-Man. What was one of your biggest failures?
I was like running a venue in San Francisco called Eve Lounge. And, you know, I was entrusted with so much power to book all the DJ. And that was kind of my beginning stages of, this was like prior to Selection, where I was like the entertainment director and a partner, and like basically like, all right, well, you run the DJs, like let's make this some fly shit. Like, and I'm talking like we were booking like Questlove, Rich Medina, Julius Papp, like dope house artists. And I had this like very eclectic like goal for this music, for this venue. But this is also the time where like maybe a year and a half later, San Francisco bottle scene just went through the roof. So I was like, all this fly, eclectic, like dope music shit, just like, it just flopped, you know? And I'm like, and I'm talking like had some of the best DJs in the world come through there and play. And like we had some dope parties, you know, for sure. But that also taught me just a lot. Like that sat me down. That shit humbles you real quick, you know. And like you talk to your partners, and you're just like, they're like, we're gonna just have to go another direction. I also had to pivot and go in another direction because I'm like, it's not really about like the money for me or this. I physically just cannot come to work every day and be like, put my heart and soul in something I'm just not feeling. You know what I'm saying?
I want you to talk about your most memorable tour.
I mean, off top, I would say my most memorable tour, 2000, I guess maybe like 15 or so, 16, was the Divine Feminine tour with Mac Miller.
Okay.
Yeah, Mac and I met prior to the tour at my boy Joshua Lang's 1-year anniversary party of BWC Sounds. Everyone was in the DJ booth. You know, naturally you get a little bumped here and there and like this and that. And I'm getting like, now I get bumped, like someone's trying to get my attention type bump, you know? Yeah. And I'm like, look back and I'm like, and it's like Mac Miller. And he's like, yo, what are you playing? And I was like, a lot, you know? We just caught a vibe like instantly, me and Mac. Fast forward, I dipped to Mac's and like his new computer had just arrived or some shit. And he's like, yo, like, can you help me put my computer together? So now I'm chilling with Mac for the first time. We're like, yeah, fuck it. Like, so we're putting his like shit together. He's like, yo, I got this new record I'm working on. It's called Divine Feminine. He's like, I'll play some joints. I play the CeeLo joint. We got this like Kendrick joint. He's like I want to go on tour with this record. I want to tour this record. He's like, but I don't want no rappers with me. Like, I just want to just like go and do this tour and just solo tour and just rock it. I'm like, man, that's beautiful. Like, you should do that. Like, that's a great idea. And he's like, but I want you to open up for me. And I was like, what do you mean? Like, yeah,
open the, what?
Yeah, I'm gonna test your mic, make sure you're good. Like, what's the vibe, you know? He's like, I want you to do what you did in Philly on tour with me for 3 months throughout North America. And I was like, wow, all right, well, so I'm down, like, and yeah, I mean, the Divine Feminine tour was such a beautiful experience. I mean, like, him and I grew so much from that tour together as friends. And it was a dry tour, you know, so there was like no bevs like allowed. And so, you know, post show, like, staff would go in whatever city we were in, do their thing respectively, you know, whatever. And I would always stick around with Mac and Ariana. I mean,
smart.
We were eating mad sushi. It was, you know, it was bomb as fuck. And I don't know how he did it, but no matter fucking what city we were in, like, he always had a studio. Like, always had a studio. You know, we would do our thing, go to the hotel. I would get a call from him or the tour manager and be like, there's a car downstairs, like, Mac wants you at the studio. Meet them at the studio. And, like, so I was there recording with him. And some of these tracks, like maybe we're about to hear them at some point in the world is about to hear his music. And I mean, that's why I have this tattoo on my hand. It's the artwork of Divine Feminine. And it's like in remembrance of Mac.
You're a DJ, you're a philanthropist, you're an entrepreneur. What do you want to be remembered for?
I just want everyone to know that, like, we're all gonna individually always get ours. You know, everyone's working hard doing their thing, but I just want people to know that, like, I'm always putting, you know, I want people to do well, and I want people to naturally and, like, genuinely succeed and be the best versions of themselves, and someone that to help them, you know, get to that place. You know.
Yo, I mean, this interview was it took so many turns, and it and I like the way that it's coming to an end, and we now got to drink this.
All right, let's do
one time, right to the head.
Also, I don't like wasting food. I will say that. Maybe I'd be known for that too.
There you go, brother. There you go. You wild out right here. Ladies and gentlemen, Julio G, aka the Whooligan, here on Bold Entrepreneurs. Make some noise for him.
Thanks, y'all.
Speeding. Give me a clap there.